What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I hope you're having a fantastic day, and if you're not, I hope this video can make you feel better. Anyways, let's move on right to the video. Today we have episode 0 of our new series, Madden NFL 20 QB1 Road to the Ring. Basically, in the series we'll be playing the new Madden mode QB1. Side note, Madden actually isn't released yet, but it comes out on the 25th. We'll be playing it early, so make sure you subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications, so whenever I upload a video, you'll get that content right away. And also, another sidebar, if you don't already, go ahead and follow my Mixer. I'll be live streaming there. When I'm not making YouTube videos, I'm usually live streaming, so give that a follow. Alright, moving on to the series, man. I'm so excited for this mode, as are you if you click this video, because we know as Madden fans that, Madden's recently started to, up their story mode game with Long Shot. Long Shot 1 and 2, it was a pretty good concept, except for the fact that everything was like predetermined, and it was basically like an interactive movie, basically. But I have some exciting news for all y'all Madden fans. Madden 20 QB1 mode is next generation, almost equivalent to NBA 2K career story. So let's get right into the information. Alright guys, let's get to the best part, discovering what the story really is and all that stuff like that. Basically, I named this section Becoming a Campus Legend. As the name Campus Legend, you can see we are going to be able to be playing in college football. Now, I know all you NCAA fans, this is not, the big whole NCAA game you want, but, it's a start. It's a nice little, push. You get the little college experience, get to play in the playoffs. I think that's really dope. EA, you're doing a good job of, advancing the storylines. But let's go ahead and look at this prompt right here. It says, you are a backup quarterback of a college powerhouse who gets thrusted into a starting role during the college football playoffs. So I'm assuming by this right here, we're a bench player. We're about to become a starter during the playoffs, and we have to, show what we got. Right after this, they said that, you'll be able to start your customization options. You get to choose between 3 voices. If any of you guys play 2K15, you know what I'm talking about, how they had 3 different voices. They all kind of sound the same, but it was like, I'm ready to ball, let's go. I'm ready to ball, let's go. I'm ready to ball, let's go. You know what I mean? But, it's kind of cool that you get to choose your voice, but at the same time, they all kind of sound the same. So, am I really hype about it? Is it a game changer? Is it cool? I guess. And then after that, of course, you got your face customizations. You want you to have a crazy beard, nice haircut, stuff like that. This will be the time where you do it. All right, let's move into the next part. All right, now let's get into the juice. So the team selection, man, you can choose between 10 different NCAA teams. Basically, we have 10 of the biggest schools in college football. I love all these team selections. You got Clemson, Florida, Florida State, LSU, Miami, Oklahoma, Oregon, Texas, Texas Tech, or USC. Now, in the comment section, y'all go ahead and tell me which team y'all want me to go ahead and choose for the series. I'm not really sure yet, so y'all let me know down below. And if you guys don't know what these teams look like, I put some images here, just so y'all can get a little picture. Go ahead and Google it, look at the jerseys and stuff like that. Alright, so this is one of the parts I found very interesting. The interviews actually determine, what type of player your person's going to be and his personality. Now, what I mean by this is, we're going to read this prompt right here. The questions you answer have an impact on your career, player type, and personality. Now, at the beginning of the game, like right after you do all this customization stuff like that, you're going to be asked like different interview questions. One is going to be, what quarterbacks did you look up to as a kid or something like that, something on that basis. And depending on what you pick, that's the play style your player's going to play as. Now, if you guys played, I think it was NFL Street. I don't remember exactly what game it was, but it had a similar theme. You had to choose what your favorite players were, and it would be like your designated style of play, or archetype, as you would say. I think that's pretty cool, a lot more interactive than Long Shot. Long Shot, it was a set person, set storyline, nothing was really customizable during the whole, I guess, campaign. So I think this is a fresh start. Also, questions about your team will impact your personality. And by the way, all this information is coming from Game Informer. If you guys want to check out more information that I may have missed, go ahead and check them out. The link is down below. But they're gonna ask you questions about I believe it said it's your team, like how your teammates view you as a person, and you answer those questions, and that's gonna be determining your personality type. So I think that's pretty cool. You know, every choice you make creates a different storyline. So EA is basically saying that it's gonna be hard to get the same exact story as somebody else, which I think is pretty cool. All right, so your performance, man, just like any other cool game when it comes to drafting your player, you have to have a great performance or you're going to be trash. But this one kind of takes it to the next level, I guess. Depending on your performance, your draft rock can rise or fall, which we all know this. You know, that's common sense in the real football world. If you play good, you get drafted higher. If you play bad, you're going to be in low rounds. It's just the truth. Just like here, if you play like trash in the first playoff game. Oh yeah, like I'm sorry, I forgot to mention this. But right from the jump, if you play trash on your first game, you're done. You have no chance of going in the first round, man. It's crazy realistic, cause I don't know. I think it's pretty cool, cause all right, most games when you play, they're gonna give you like top 10 pick lock. I think this gives people a new incentive to actually, play, make sure they're doing it right. You know, it's really competitive. You know, you want your story to be the best story possible to come out this game mode. So I think it's pretty cool. Leads your program to the national championship with a commanding performance, then your draft stock naturally rises. Obviously, quarterbacks, if they have great performances, their draft stock boosts up. So I'm glad this is a more realistic, storyline. All right, next thing we got is the draft combine. Now this plus your performance from your playoff series is going to determine your draft stock. So what do you do in the draft combine? You can perform a series of drills and answer some seriously tough questions from NFL GMs. Basically, the GMs are going to be grilling you, asking these tough questions about the franchise, how you fit in, different stuff like that. And depending on how you answer it, it's going to spark some GMs' interest and it's going to push other GMs away. It just depends on your personal preference, I guess. Like I said, all these factors will be added up along with your performance in the playoffs to see where you land. Alright, next we have how realistic this game is, man. This is a quote straight from the developer of this game mode. It says, it's about emerging you in the 2019 draft class, so we want to make it feel like you are competing right next to Kyler Murray and Drew Lock, Young says. You'll get cameos from them throughout the story. Basically, if you play 2K, 2K18, 17, you had different, cameos throughout the games when you had, NBA players talking junk to you, different things like that. I'm assuming this is kind of the same path. You're going to have the players, you're going to be competing against them. I guess they're going to be talking junk to you, talking about, oh, you ain't fast enough as me, stuff like that. And I think it's going to be pretty cool, to see, the interaction between your player and, real NFL players. I think that's really cool. All right, let's keep moving. All right, let's wrap up the draft combine. Like I said before, your performance in college and the combine will land you anywhere from the high first round, low first round, mid first round, or late first round pick. Now, I was reading up on this in this article. You cannot go undrafted. So, sorry guys, there's no crazy comeback story like that. You're either going to get first round, mid, or late. All right, so draft day. This is where it separates the little kids from the grown men. Alright, so the draft day I think is pretty spectacular. Basically, you can be a dude who's looking fine, or you can be a little bum. I mean, to put it short. Basically, first we're going to talk about what happens if you're a high first round pick. Now, as you see right here, you're going to be wearing your most stylish fit. You're going to have your $16,000 Gucci suit with your Rolex on your wrist looking nice and fresh, walking the red carpet with all the NFL stars, stunning with your glasses on. You know what I mean? But just because you're no, I'm sorry, I worded that wrong. People who are a first round pick, man, are gonna get the best treatment, man. If you don't get a first round pick, I mean, this is what you're looking at, man. You're gonna miss all the juice, no red carpet treatment. You're gonna be sitting at home with your boys, all your little buddies, your GM, and you're just gonna be sitting there like this. With the 60th pick. With the two, oh, that's me. Oh my, I mean, it's gonna be cool, yeah, but it's not gonna be like, red carpet, Cartier's on. You know what I mean? I mean, you wanna do good, man. You wanna do good. That's all I'm saying. Don't be the guy. Don't be the guy who doesn't make it. Like long shot, you don't want a long shot repeat, man. We don't want long shot 3, man. Don't be the guy who doesn't get drafted. I hope I'm not that guy for real. That would suck. All right. All right, so draft day, we're gonna talk about team selection and how realistic is it? How realistic it is. Don't expect to end up on a team that already has an established young star on the roster. Basically, what this means is, don't expect to go get drafted by the Kansas City Chiefs and take Patrick Mahomes' spot in like 3 games. No, it's gonna be realistic. Like the draft is gonna choose quarterbacks that they need. Basically, if I can put that in the right words. You're going to get drafted to a team who needs your particular style of quarterback on their team. So it's going to be really realistic, I guess. Like, unlike other Madden stories, if they have a star quarterback, they just straight up drafted you as well. And you have to work your way and take a man's starting position, which is kind of unrealistic. So I like that. It's not like, I guess, it is a creative mode, but it makes it more realistic, I guess you could say. Let's see. We tried to make it realistic and reflective of the teams that actually need quarterbacks that might draft you, as I said. And then keep in mind, they did mention in this article that, if push comes to shove, you can get to the team you want to. It just takes a little extra work. All right, while in the league, this is what makes QB1 mode way different than long shot. Once you got to long shot, once you got drafted, boom, the fall off is real. There's no story. Everybody was disappointed. It was just like this whole created story, and then it just drops and disappears. But we're going to check this out right here. Unlike long shot, this is meant to be about you getting into the league and then handing it off to our new scenario engine where the story doesn't stop. Just like a 2K game, an old school 2K game, 2K17, 2K18, after the draft, the story continues throughout endorsements, talking to your agent, different interactions with NBA players, stuff like that. The decisions you make affect your player. Basically, this is the phase Madden's going into. Once you're in the league, the scenario engine takes over to deliver storylines that may be a new each week or extend into the season. Basically, your story could just differ between anybody else's. The interactions are different. You got coaches, teammates, trainers, and reporters, and the way you interact with these people is going to affect your career. So I think that's pretty cool. While in the league, your teammate chemistry is on another crazy level. You're the quarterback, so it's your job to make sure everybody on offense is happy, man. So we're going to read a couple of these examples, and then I'm going to talk about it in a minute. If a stud receiver is being starred for touches, he'll tell you to get him the ball next week. If my boy Antonio Brown is not getting the ball, he's going to come talk to you in the locker room. He's going to be like, hey, bro. Hey, man, I seen you throwing to Cam right there, man. You ain't going to throw it to me. That's how you feel, man. Really. See what happens next week. And the other dude's like, oh, I'm sorry, man. I promise you I'll get you 15 touches next game. All right, on to the next example. You decide the number of touches you promised for the next week. And if you don't meet that threshold, his moral will take a hit. Bang, he going to come up to the locker room. Hey, bro, you told me 15 touches. What's up, man? Oh, we got a problem now? And then that leads to, if you get his moral all the way down, you ain't getting my boy AB his touches, man. Then depending on his personality type, he could request a trade. He could just, I don't know, the way they're talking, it can be a lot of different negative altercations. I'm talking about vocally. I'm not obviously talking about fighting or anything. I don't know. But this is just one of the examples of how, teammate chemistry affects different storylines and different things like that. That's pretty cool to me. That wasn't a long shot. That wasn't in any Maddens. I think that's pretty cool. Alright, so once again, we're going to read this quote. During the whole first season, it's going to feel like there is a storyline, And the hope is that everyone will feel like they had a different storyline, both by how they played in the face of the franchise mode or just different decisions and their records. And who is on their team will trigger different events throughout the season. So basically, the way they're talking is it's going to be really hard for people to get the same exact story mode. When you factor in your performance during the playoffs, your interview questions, the team you get drafted by, the different people you interact with, for a whole season, it's kind of hard for people to do the exact same thing unless they're just following everything you do. And even when you do that, it's still, you got to play the games too. So I think it's pretty cool. It's going to make for good content for all YouTubers because most of the time, I don't rewatch different series because they're all the same. But with this, you got different series with different storylines, different players, different teams. I think it's pretty cool. Alright guys, so another cool thing that added, and one of the last things I'm going to talk about today, is the superstar abilities. Basically, these are like badges. If you play NBA 2K19, there's a badge system. If you dunk on somebody enough times, you can get posterizer. If you shoot limitless threes, you can have limitless range. If you shoot in people's faces, you get the range Jedi. This is kind of a similar system that Madden's bringing. The only difference is you can only have 7 max. But at the same time, these different skills are probably overpowered anyway, so it's pretty cool. One of the skills we're going to talk about is bazooka skills. It basically allows you to throw passes up to 80 yards in the air when you're in the zone. So basically, you just got a cannon, man. You can throw them when you hot. You throwing them things, bang, Tom Brady them things easily. They also got more technical, I guess you can say, different abilities like hot route masters. For you guys who like to do hot routes, you get 4 more hot routes when you're doing pre-play adjustments. I think that's pretty cool. You can swap you can swap all these different abilities out, mix and match. Oh my goodness, mix and match however you want to. But you guys, I hope you guys are excited for this series about to come about. I'm super excited. July 25th. We will be here on the channel, man. Please make sure you subscribe, turn on notifications, man. This is episode 0 of our series, and I'm really excited, man. But also, don't forget to follow my mixer, man. We will be live streaming the day the game comes out. We'll be playing Ultimate Team. We'll be playing QB1. We'll be getting into some more franchise modes, draft champions. So please make sure you guys subscribe to the mixer channel for daily content. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, man. Episode 0. Like I said again, I can't stop saying I'm excited for Madden 20, man. I know you guys are. We're getting the game early, July 25th. Put it in your calendar. Post notifications on, man. And I'll see y'all later.